Aiskokele Kaizer, sibuyele emakhaya thina songena kanja. Aiskokele Kaizer, sibuyele emakhaya thina sizongena kanjani emakhaya songena kanja. Emakhaya songena kanjani emakhaya songena kanja. Emakhaya songena Skokele Kaizer, sibuyele emakhaya thina songena kanja. Kaizer Chiefs 1, PEC Zwolle 0. What a great game by Amakhosi today. A game in which there was great composure, high work rate, good pressing and a high press, ball possession, cohesion, and a very good vision from all players. Kaizer Chiefs started the game off with a lot of composure as compared to previous games. The players were more settled and the players showed what it means to be a Kaizer Chiefs player, to don that Kaizer Chiefs gold and black jersey. The composure was one of the best I have ever seen from Kaizer Chiefs in these past seasons. Let me not say this past season, but in these past seasons, Kaizer Chiefs has never really shown a game where they control the game and where they've got great composure. The distribution built up at the back was on point. Players were very composed. The goalkeeper was very composed. In fact, I would like to give the goalkeeper a 9 out of 10. Just because of composure and distribution. In the first half, the distribution from the goalkeeper was always inch perfect. The composure was close to none and the work rate was high. I want to talk about players like Lilepo in the first half, do or die Umashamplani, and I want to talk about Umodi and Unkanyiso together with Flavio. These players showed a lot of cohesion which lacked in most of Kaizer Chiefs games, especially the last 3 games. There was a lot of cohesion, there was a lot of composure, the passes were inch perfect, which is something rare from what we are now used to Kaizer Chiefs. These Kaizer Chiefs that played today, both in the first half and the second half, showed a Kaizer Chiefs that we have always been yearning for. They kept the ball, the press was high, they took the game to the opponents. They never sat back like we have always seen in other games, and as it is the norm by African teams when they play their European counterparts. They've got this tendency of wanting to sit back and inviting the opponents. But today it was totally different. Kaizer Chiefs was taking the ball to the opponents. Kaizer Chiefs meant business. Kaizer Chiefs were showing hunger. The composure that was shown today in the middle of the park, the hunger shown by players like Lilepo. Lilepo was giving the opposition's right back a headache. He was on top of his game, his runs, his marking, and his distribution was always on point today. I want to give Lilepo a 7 out of 10, or maybe let me take it to 8, because his work rate was very high. He was working on his wing with Unkanyiso, the new boy at Kaizer Chiefs. Unkanyiso did very well. I was very impressed. I think Unkanyiso can always build up from what he did today. He played a very good game, a very composed game, a game in which he made himself count. The distribution was excellent. Kaizer Chiefs kept the ball today. It was a totally different game in which they decided to keep the ball and use it wisely. That is what happened today. And that was the difference between the previous Kaizer Chiefs that we have seen playing and today's Kaizer Chiefs. They showed no respect to the opponents and took the game to the opponents. The defense splitting passes were good. I think more chances could have come if the players took those defense splitting passes well. More chances could have come. But let's not take away the fact that Kaizer Chiefs upped their game today and made it count. The first half was on point in terms of ball possession, in terms of composure, and in terms of distribution. Defenders were using long balls to pick up runners on the wings, and that the distribution that they were spreading to the wings were always inch perfect, which was very impressive today. Kaizer Chiefs kept the ball. They never lost the ball or never hopped onto the ball unnecessarily like they normally do in previous games or in other games. This was a Kaizer Chiefs that we could look and say, the coach is building the Chiefs that everybody knows. The coach is building the Amakhosi that makes the nation to celebrate in joy. Right, let's look at the vision from players. Especially, I want to look at the second half. In the second half, I thought that momentum and that composure that was built in the first half would be lost. But surprise, the players that came in, the likes of Serino, Sipo, Aiden, and Villa. Villa was a marvel to watch. The diagonals that were coming from Villa being spread to the other wing was something never seen before at Kaizer Chiefs. The players that came in to show that what their counterparts did in the first half, they can also do and even try to do it much better. A lot of hunger from the players that came in. Everybody wanted to be counted by the coach. The likes of Villa, Aiden, and the new striker. He is finding his feet, but he keeps the ball. He distributes the ball. There were instances where I think he could have taken a few shots, because as a striker, one has got to be selfish sometimes and try to take those chances. But instead, he tried to pick up teammates, which I think is a plus. If you can get a striker that is not selfish, a striker that can pick up teammates who are making runs, then it's a plus. And that is exactly what the striker did today. Very impressive performance from the likes of Aiden and Villa. Villa's distribution was second to none, and at one point I thought he would also score. He took a chance that had a killer that I thought would lose the keeper, but unfortunately that ball was slightly high, and in that way Kaizer Chiefs couldn't score. But Villa was on another level. A 9 out of 10 from me for Villa. A good performance by all the players today. In fact, there was not much of a difference between the first half and the second half. But in the second half, there was more intent and more chances created, which I think if the coach can build up from that, and if the coach can get his combinations right, Kaizer Chiefs will be something to watch next season. Kaizer Chiefs means business, and if they take what they did today into the second game tomorrow and only polish that, watch the space. Kaizer Chiefs are going to be a headache this coming season. I see them either finishing in the top 4 or trying to give any top team a good run for their money. The sort of composure that they had today, the vision from players, all Midfield players were very good at distribution today. They were very good at keeping the ball. They were very good at making runs and releasing the striker and the wingers. And the runs into spaces were very intelligent runs. Very, very intelligent runs. I would love personally to see Kaizer Chiefs continue from what they did today and carry that momentum forward into the season. And let's see what will happen. Let's see if the coach can build up from what was shown today by Amakhosi. Let's see if that momentum can be maintained. Let's see if that hunger for success from the players can be maintained. Let's see if that composure and the high work rate can be maintained. The pressing was high today. Kaizer Chiefs were not sitting back at all. Their pressing was starting up high, which gave the opponents a lot of homework and which gave the opponents a lot of headache. At one point, I thought the opponents will make a great mistake and Kaizer Chiefs could capitalize. That was a good positive for Kaizer Chiefs game today. That pressing was high. They never allowed the opponents to dictate the game. They never allowed the opponent to come at them. They dictated the pace of the game and they kept the ball and used the ball wisely. Watch the space. Let's see what happens in the next game. And please don't forget to subscribe for more analysis of the games. And don't forget to click that notification bell and to like. For now, I say Khosi for life. Heads off. I salute Amakhosi for today's performance and look forward to a better game tomorrow. Let's hope they will carry up the momentum. Let's hope they will polish themselves and come up with even more cohesion. And we look forward to seeing an improved Amakhosi this coming season. We look forward to this giant awakening and making itself count in the league. Khosi for life. Thank you for watching and please don't forget to like and subscribe.